to understand the rules for conversions. Different types of conversions you have to do in both the almost all the 4 chapters of organic chemistry in class 12. Now first I will put some videos related to the rules for conversions. First is the increment in carbon chain. This line you have to keep it in mind, then you have to follow the rules. First we will understand increment. Increment means increase in the number of carbon chain. First step you have to follow that for every time, for every type of conversions. First you have to bring that alkanes to halo compounds. Haloalkanes. First you have to change the alkanes to haloalkanes by reacting with halogen in the presence of sunlight. You will get haloalkane. Then second step, if you want to double the number of carbon that is present here, if you want to double the number of carbon, then you have to follow the Wurtz reaction. Everyone have studied the Wurtz reaction. Wurtz reaction will help in increasing the or doubling the number of carbon at a carbon chain that is present here in this state. Now haloalkane when react with sodium, you will get ethane. That means earlier only one carbon was there. So after undergoing the Wurtz reaction, the carbon chain has been doubled. Two carbon chain has been formed. Third step, further increase in carbon chain. If you want to increase more carbon chain in this ethane, you have to again undergo halogenation reaction. Again you have to react this ethane with halogen and sunlight. Then again halo compound is formed, ethane has been formed, that is chloroethane has been formed. This chloroethane then can further be increased, more number of carbon can be increased. Now I will tell you one thing, that this best method is by using this Corey-House synthesis. Corey-House synthesis is one of the reaction which is very, very important in conversion, as it converts the haloalkanes to how many number of carbon atom you need to that much number of carbon you can use by using this Corey-House synthesis. In this what is present? Alkyl halide, lithium and copper iodide is present. This Rx, you can use whatever Rx, how much Rx is needed, that much you can use. Suppose in this reaction, ethyl chloride which you have taken from this, ethyl chloride only one carbon has to be increased. So in here in place of R, I have taken methyl chloride. That means again this chlorine will be removed and this lithium chloride, this lithium will combine with this two chlorine and lithium chloride will be removed, and this methyl group get attached here and one carbon chain will be increased. So this whole reactions, it helps to undergo whenever there is increment in carbon chain. Now next rule for next in conversion, that means whenever there is needed to decrease in the carbon compound, that means decrease in the carbon number of carbon in the chain. Now suppose example we have taken propane to ethane. In propane, you know 3 carbon is present, we have to convert it into 2 carbon, that is ethane. In this also you will find that most of the reaction, first step will always be halogenation reaction. In this also you see, this is the propane, it undergoes halogenation reaction, propyl chloride or chloropropane has been formed. Then you have to convert this chloropropane to alcohol, that is also 1 degree alcohol you have to convert. In order to convert haloalkanes to alcohol, always use aqueous KOH. This is very important reagent for conversion to alcohol, aqueous KOH. Never use alcoholic KOH, otherwise it will go dehydration reaction. So aqueous KOH is used. When aqueous KOH is used, K will react with the Cl and OH will be attached to it and alcohol will be formed. Now next is the third step, oxidization. This alcohol is then oxidized completely. Complete oxidation is taken place by using a very strong oxidizing agent, that is potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate or chromium oxide in the presence of strong acid. Then this will behave as a strong oxidizing agents. So when this alcohol we use strong oxidizing agents, this alcohol gets oxidized and you will get acid. Then after that, after the formation of acid, then the next and the important step that is to be followed is decarboxylation reaction. Decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide. Decarboxylation, this means we have to remove this CO2. In order to remove this CO2, two-step reaction is to be taken. That is, we have to use a soda lime. But before using soda lime, you have to convert this acid to sodium acetate. First, you will react this acid. This acid is to be treated with sodium hydroxide, so that H and OH, these two combine and water is removed. And this sodium gets attached here, forming sodium acetate. This sodium acetate is then treated with soda lime. Now, what is soda lime? Soda lime means soda, that is sodium hydroxide. NaOH is mixed with calcium oxide. This is the lime. Then what will happen? Na2CO3 is removed. Now this CO2 which has to be removed from the acid is first converted to sodium acetate. Then this sodium acetate, this carbon dioxide is removed in the form of carbonate, Na2CO3, and this hydrogen which is present in this sodium hydroxide get attached to this ethyl group, and ethane is formed as a product. Now what is the use of lime here? Lime is plays a very important role. This lime absorbs the water that has been given out in the first step. Otherwise, the reversible reaction will take place, or it will hinder the formation of the final product. So lime is added in it, and which is hygroscopic. That means it absorbs, having the capacity to absorb water. So it absorbs water and helps the reaction to proceed very fluently and effectively. So this is the second rule for changing the this thing, decrease in the number of carbon chain, conversion of higher carbon to lower carbon.